Hot 94.1, the rhythm in the valley. It's Romeo. All right, let's talk about these cameras inside the house. A guy was telling me, he was actually telling me that he had cameras because his wife walks, sunbathes naked. She's stay-at-home wife, and she swims and sunbathes naked. So he changed his cameras in the backyard so he can watch her, right, while she's doing it. Well, I have another guy. It got me to thinking about cameras in the house and watching people. A guy I know, he goes, Rome, check this out. I got cameras in my house, right? And he shows them to me. His wife's just sitting there eating, and it was so creepy, man. Why? Who puts cameras inside their house? That is just so weird and creepy. RD42547-7. Good morning, Hop. What's going on?
Hey, what up, Rome? Seahawk Lou.
What up, Lou?
Hey, Rome, I just want to mention something about the camera inside the house thing.
Yeah.
That's creepy as heck, man.
It is creepy, especially when somebody shows you theirs. It's very weird. It's very weird.
Yeah, it is. There was a time where I got cameras installed in my house, and the guy's like, I'll put them anywhere you want in your house, but I don't recommend you to put them inside because hackers could go online and look at your camera.
That's what you,
like,
wait, that's what you found creepy about it, is somebody hacking you? Not that your spouse or anything could be looking at you when you're doing something?
I mean, that too, but, it's kind of weird. It's privacy. That's in your house.
But don't you think there should be privacy don't you think spouses should have privacy as well?
Yeah, I agree. That's why I didn't put no cameras inside.
Oh, okay. Well, I thought you were just going with the hack. I think married couples should have privacy within their relationship as well.
Yeah, I agree. We might agree with something wrong.
Oh, okay. Finally, thank God, I finally reached the day where we agree on something, Lou. I was waiting for this day to come. Thank you.
Today's the day, Ro.
Today's the day. I mean, now my life is complete. It's Romeo on Hot 94.1. Hot 94.1, the rhythm of the valley. It's Romeo. Good morning, What's going on?
What's going on, Ro? Chilling Gilly.
Hey, what up, Gilly?
I'm barely tuning in, so who do you finally agree with?
Oh, Seahawk Lou and I agree on something.
About what?
About having cameras inside your house. That it's creepy.
Yeah, man.
Well, yeah, what we were talking about was a guy was talking about how he has cameras in his backyard. I guess his wife sunbathes naked while he's at work, and he turned his camera so he can stare at her. And then I have a friend who actually showed me cameras one time inside his house, and his wife was just sitting there eating at the counter. And it was so creepy to me. I thought, man, that's weird. So
there was a correctional officer I used to deliver to when I worked for Arrowhead, and his wife had everything fake on her, but she would, you drop off the water. He had like a pool house, so Eddie always wanted 2 bottles back there. Well, I would drop them off, but she was insistent on showing herself, So one of the other drivers said, hey, well, Gilly, I can take that one from you. And I said, okay. So I did. I transferred it to him, and he was, that guy Eddie, the correctional officer, called the office and said, I don't want that new guy delivering anymore. I just want Gilly there because he just does his job. And he doesn't try, and he uses some old words. He doesn't scheme on my wife.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah, so anyway, but this guy, man, he was insistent on being there, talking to her as she's sunbathing and her.
Oh, gotcha. Wow. Nice. All right.
Later, brother.
Later, man. RD42547-7. Yeah, I know a guy. I know an old security guard named Eddie. RD42547-7. What'd you send me here? Yo, brother, that's crazy. I have 14 cameras around the outside of my house only. I'm not paranoid. I'm just cautious. Oh, you paranoid. You paranoid, bruh. Don't give me that. RD42547-7. I understand you guys have all these cameras around your house, but to have them inside the house, that's where it gets a little creepy, okay? RD42547-7. It's Romeo. It's Hot 94.1. Hot 94.1, the rhythm of the valley is Romeo. We're talking about having cameras at your house, but cameras inside the house. That is the weird thing. RD42547. I understand outside, but I don't know about inside. That's just creepy. Good morning, Hot. What's going on?
Hey, I just wanted to call about the cameras issue.
Yeah,
or
what
the
up?
situation. So my brother-in-law is a truck driver. He has cameras set up inside of his house. It's more so for his teenage boys and his younger, second grader, because they tend to say, oh, I didn't hit him. I didn't do this. I didn't do that. And he's like, I'm going to go back and replay the cameras. And if you're lying, you guys are getting punished. So that's what he uses the cameras for in his house.
Is his wife or is he a single dad?
His wife is there full time. He's a truck driver, so he kind of just watches in on her every now and again, but doesn't be nosy.
Hey,
you know what I mean?
I'm telling you right now that he's not giving you the whole story.
Oh no, we watch the cameras with them.
What?
We put her,
You don't think that's creepy?
So I have a baby. Okay, so when he actually is in town, we'll set up the camera in the playroom, so that way we can keep an eye on the baby playing because he's at an age right now where he likes to go off and do his own thing.
Oh, gosh.
So we use it as a kind of like a reprimand system for the teenagers that he has to not, mess with his son and to leave the baby alone, my baby.
I can see where you guys are justifying it, but I'm pretty sure he checks on his wife when he's out of town.
I'm pretty sure he does too. He has one set up in his room for reasons because his wife often does get sick as well. So he's always, vocally, hey, are you okay? How are you doing today? Stuff like that.
Okay.
But I'm pretty sure he does as well. It's a man. He's a man of his wife.
I'm gonna give you the benefit of the doubt with your story, but I don't know. I'm gonna put an asterisk by it. I'm not sure.
I understand where you're coming from, but like I said, he's a man. He's got to do it every now and again.
All right.
But
thanks for
he
calling.
does it for his kids.
All right. Bye.
You have a good day,
You
bro.
too. Bye.
Bye.
All right, we'll take that story for what it's worth. All right, 842-547-7. It's Romeo. It's Hot 94.1. Hot 94.1, the rhythm of the valley is Romeo. We're talking about having cameras at your house, but cameras inside the house. That is the weird thing. All right, 842-547-7. I understand outside, but I don't know about inside. That's just creepy. Good morning, Hot. What's going on?
Hey, Romeo, I'm with you on the cameras inside because who are you watching? It totally makes sense to have cameras outside, but, cameras inside are kind of weird to me.
It's creepy.
Exactly, it is creepy. I can see if you're leaving, young children home for a certain amount of hours, whatever, during work hours, but, to keep cameras rolling inside everywhere is very much creepy.
Could you imagine if we were married and I'm just watching you eat?
Right.
That's weird.
It's more than weird because why are you watching me?
Exactly.
Why is it necessary to be watching me all the time?
Yeah.
Or vice versa.
Yeah, and it was weird.
It's not normal.
When
and
the guy...
Can you imagine the effect it would have on children to be coming up knowing someone's always watching?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You can never really be comfortable. So, it's totally weird inside.
I'm not even really buying the justification. We did it for the kids, to watch the kids, but that's just creepy. I don't know.
Yeah.
All right. Thanks, Colin. Later. Bye. RD42547-7. And I will tell you, I had a guy show me his cameras inside one time. Hey, Rome, check it out. I got cameras inside the house. And his wife was just sitting there. I think she was sitting at the counter eating. It was so creepy and weird. I felt like I was doing something wrong. And you are. RD42547-7. It's Romeo. It's Hot 94.1. Hot 94.1, the rhythm of the valley is Romeo. All right, cameras inside the house, man. That's just creepy, right? RD42547-7. Yo, Rome, that truck driver definitely has cameras to check on his wife. But remember, Rome, we listen and we don't juggle. I don't even know what that means. Oh, okay. All right. 842-547-7. Good morning, Hot. What's going on?
Hey, Rome, that girl that called about the trucker, the husband being a trucker and checking up for the kids. And
that was her brother, I think. But yeah.
That's funny. That's dumb. I don't know. But nah, man, I have cameras, but only for the front and the backyard. And it's mainly for the homeless, dude. I'll see my wife there'll be times when I'm at work and she's like, the alarm goes off. And I'm like, hey, what are you doing? Get out of my yard. And she'll just like flip me off or something.
That's pretty funny. Well, I have a buddy who his wife regulates what he eats, because he eats too much. He came in with hot dogs and she caught them all on camera just eating hot dogs out of his truck when he pulled up. And she sent that video to all of us. Look what he's doing.
No, so I drink beer, occasionally, and I'll game it up a little bit.
Sure.
But sometimes, I'll finish my 3-pack, and I want to go to the store and get another one. It's literally down the street, the fast food down the street.
Okay.
So my wife did have the camera, and she would catch me. But luckily, our system messed up, and it wouldn't download it wouldn't play on the phone no more.
That's funny. All right, man.
Now I rebooted the system and she forgot about it. So now I'm the only one that controls the camera. So now, I'm gaming there or whatever, and I'll have my beers. I'll go and sneak out and give me another 3-pack.
Got her. All right, man. Thanks for calling.
All right, brother.
That's awesome. RD4254 7 to 7. It's Romeo. It's Hot 94.1. Hot 94.1, the Rhythm of the Valley's Romeo. I got to tell you what happened the other day. Saturday afternoon, I was out playing a little golf, right? And just some people are so stupid. So we're out playing golf. One of the guys I was grouped with, he hits the ball into this guy's backyard, right? So these guys were playing at a country club. They have, houses on the fairways. So one of the guys that's with me hits shanks one right into this guy's backyard, into his pool. And so we go up there to check it out just to see maybe we got lucky, maybe it didn't go into the backyard, maybe it stayed in bounds. But no, when the guy's backyard, we get up there and the guy had actually fished it out of the pool. And he was holding it and he started yelling at the guy who hit the ball. He goes, "Man, you need to learn how to play golf." I thought to myself, and I was thinking to myself, bro, you live on a golf course. Maybe you should move if you don't want a golf course. And, for those of you that don't know a lot about golf courses, there are certain places on golf courses that people hit all the time. So if you own a house, you can actually own a house on a golf course where people, when they miss-hit a ball, your house might be in that line of direction because most people miss-hit the ball the same way. And so I was like, what kind of dumbass are you? You live on a golf course and you're pissed off because somebody hit a golf ball into your backyard. Didn't even bust anything. Now, if you live on a golf course, and I believe the rule is if a golfer breaks a window, causes damage to your property, they have to pay for it. Okay? I think that's the rules. But you can't be that much of a jackass to live on a golf course and not expect somebody to hit a golf ball in your yard. I mean, seriously. It's like living across the street from a park and getting mad because there's kids everywhere, or living next to a school and being upset. Oh my God, these damn kids are walking on my lawn. They're kids, and you live where they go to school, where they congregate 5 days a week. So come on, man. What is wrong with stupid people? There are just some people out there that are so stupid. Yeah, that's just ridiculous. It was absolutely ridiculous. I can't believe this moron. All right, 84254 7 to 7. It's Romeo. It's Hot 94.1. Hot 94.1, the Rhythm of the Valley. It's Romeo. All right, 84254 7 to 7. Yo, Rome. What'd you say? Oh, the cameras. We were talking about the cameras inside earlier. What'd you say? My wife put up cameras in our home because she thinks I'm messing with her sister. What? Well, how smart is your wife to let you know that she put cameras inside the home? You just mess with her sister somewhere else. Just don't take her back to your place. That makes no sense to me. All right, 84254 7 to 7. Yeah, we were talking about cameras inside the home earlier. I think that's creepy. I think it's going a little too far. An invasion of privacy. You got to have some privacy, right? RD 4254 7 to 7. It's Romeo. It's Hot 94.1. Hot 94.1. The Rhythm of the Valley. It's Romeo. RD 4254 7 to 7. What time is it? 6:33, 6:34. Hey Romeo, that reminds me of one time me and my friend went to Vegas for a concert, and one of the opening bands had just ended, and my friend was yelling and screaming because we were enjoying the show, and the people in the front of her told us, "Can you guys not yell? Excuse, we're at a concert. We're yelling and enjoying ourselves." I worked out through because security ended up letting us go up front in the pit while they had to stay in their seats. Yeah, I've heard that happen. I've heard so many stories like that. Let people enjoy the concerts. If you're going to go to a concert, people stand up and dance and have fun. I've heard plenty of stories like the women that are having fun usually get treated better. Throw me outside 94.1. Hot 94.1, the rhythm of the valley. It's Romeo. Hey, Rome, I got to tell you about my husband. You talking about dumb people not understanding the circumstance they're living in. We bought a house last year around the corner from a school, and it's right on the corner. So the kids cut across our lawn all the time. My husband gets so pissed off, and I keep telling him, what do you expect? They're just kids, and we live on a corner. He can't understand that. So now when he's home, he'll go stand out in front to make sure the kids don't walk on his lawn. Sounds about right. I mean, that's just like the stupid guy that, lives on a golf course and got mad because a golf ball went into his backyard. Well, what do you expect? You live on a golf course. And what do you expect? If you have a corner house, kids are going to walk across the lawn. What are you going to do? RD42547-7. I had some friends. They were renting a house. Were they renting it or buying it? I don't remember. They were living in a place that had this little waterfall in their front yard. They must have been renting it. But it had a little waterfall in this front yard. And for some reason, people would go take pictures there. It wasn't a big waterfall. It wasn't anything like, how people go out and take photos or photos in their proms or whatever. But it was just a kind of a little waterfall, little thing they had in their front yard. And people would actually go in their front yard and take pictures. Just not ask them, just do it. RD42547-7. Now that might be going a little too far, okay? No, it's Romeo. It's Hot 94.1. Hot 94.1, the rhythm of the valley. It's Romeo, RD42547-7. Hey, Rome. I got the same problem as that other dude. I got kids be walking on my yard. Tell that guy, well, actually, his wife wasn't asking for help. She was calling her husband a dumbass for buying a house next to a school that on a corner lot where kids cut the corners. I mean, that's what she's talking about, but okay. Tell that guy if he wants to keep those kids off the lawn, all he has to do is turn his sprinklers on when the kids get out of school and they won't walk on his lawn. Okay, I'll let him know that. It's Romeo. It's Hot 94.1. Hot 94.1, the rhythm of the valley. It's Romeo. Good morning now. What's going on?
Hey, what's up, bro?
Hey, Ruben. What up, man?
Man, that guy needs to quit getting mad about some kids. What he needs to do on his day off is stand out there and hand them some cold water bottles or something. You know what I mean? Like, come on, bro. Like, you live by a school. You know there's going to be kids. You even know there's going to be parents parking in front of your driveway. You know what I mean? Like, were you just born yesterday, dude? You don't know about schools? Did you come from somewhere where there was no schools or something?
No. Yeah, but some people do some dumb things.
And another dummy to turn the sprinklers on. Come on, Rome, we're a kid. If you're a kid, you're going to run through them sprinklers.
Oh, no, not kids today. No, kids today won't do that. We would have done that, but kids today won't do that.
Yeah, you're going to argue that when you're right. More than half of them are getting picked up.
Yeah. No way in hell. Yeah.
Yeah,
all right, Ruben.
But nah, just, man, go out there and give them some ice creams or something. Dude, be good people. Quit complaining about that. It's just grass.
All right, Ruben.
Later, bro.
Yeah, kids today. We would have done that in my day. If the sprinklers were on somebody's front yard, we would have ran through them, but kids today won't. Hey, Rome, yeah, you turn the sprinklers on so the kids can play in them. Do they forget? Doesn't get cold until October. I'm sure the kids would love sprinklers when they get back in school. Now all he needs is ice cream truck to park in front of his house, and he said, no. Kids, I can guarantee you, kids will not run through a sprinkler. No. These kids are, they got their Jordans on and their stupid little haircuts. They're not running through a sprinkler. Nah, not today. Nope. RD4254 7 to 7. It's Romeo. It's Hot 94.1. Hot 94.1. The Rhythm of the Valley. It's Romeo. RD4254 7 to 7. What did you send me here about the sprinklers? Hold on. What did you send me here? Says, Rome, I work with kids. They try to run in the sprinklers at school. So yes, they will. Well, how old are the kids? I find it very hard to believe that kids today walking home from school are going to run through the sprinklers. All right. And you know what? I got to tell you, the best, some of the best times we ever had as kids were walking home from school together. It was, this is the difference between kids today, and I'll try to explain it to you what I saw, okay? So when me and my friends would walk home to school together, we'd do everything. We'd stop everywhere. We'd run through the sprinklers. We'd stop by the river. We'd do all kinds of stupid nonsense. And it'd take us an hour and a half to walk home, 2 blocks because we got into so much nonsense. Not yesterday, but this was a few months back when school was out, right? I'm driving past the school, and I noticed 2 kids walking. And they were littler kids. They probably elementary school kids. And so the car pulls up, and obviously the car was there. It was somebody's mom to pick up one of the 2 kids. And these 2 kids said, the kids said bye to each other. One kid walks, just a few feet back to get in the car. The other kid keeps walking. And I'm thinking to myself, you're not going to give the other kid a ride home? I mean, you're picking up your kid, but you're not going to give the other kid a ride home? But then it occurred to me these kids didn't even occur that. When we were kids, not only, we didn't want to walk home, we wanted a ride. So if one parent showed up, we all jumped in the back of the truck. Our friend would be like, hey, you guys, y'all want to ride? Let's go. Before we'd even ask our parent. Kids today are different. They're just different, man. I did pay attention, though, because I got to a stop sign. I was looking at my rear. The mom did pull up and pick up the other kids. So the mom had enough sense to go, hey, maybe we should ask your friend if he wants a ride home, as opposed to the kids that just said bye. So, yeah, kids are different today. They're not the same. They're not the same as when we were kids. RD4254 7 to 7. It's Romeo. It's Hot 94.1. Hot 94.1, the Rhythm of the Valley. It's Romeo. I Rome. You ain't lying. Back in the day, I used to walk home with my 3 cousins every day. We'd walk home from school. Every day we'd get in trouble because we'd stop and do something. It would take us too long to get home. My mom used to get upset because she would tell us come straight home from school. And we never would. We'd always stop somewhere and do something. Exactly. I mean, that's just what you did back in the day, man. We used to, my dad's office from the school when I lived on the reservation was literally like maybe a 10-minute walk, 15-minute walk. Man, it would take us an hour and a half to get there. We had to stroll by. The creek. We had to stroll by everything on the way home. We didn't. I mean, on the way wherever. And what was even funnier is, you can't do this anymore, but back in the day, we'd even be on the bus. Like if we were on the bus with our cousins or with our friends, we would tell the bus driver, hey, we're going to get off. You would get off the bus with your friends and stay at their house, or get off the bus with your family and stay. Bus drivers today, I don't think they can do that. I don't think they can let you get off the bus wherever you want, can they? Back in my day on the res, you get off wherever you wanted, and then you'd have to. And then what would happen is, if your parents were looking for you, they'd call the bus driver because they knew the bus driver. Where'd you drop my kid off at? Yeah, we used to always get in trouble because we never tell our parents anything. All right, 84254 7 to 7. It's Romeo. It's Hot 94.1. 94.1, the Rhythm of the Valley. It's the Romeo. RD4254 7 to 7. Yo, Rome. We live in Bakersfield, so it gets hot. When summer started getting, when it started getting hot in Bakersfield after school, me and my friends, we would go to the neighbor's backyard and go swimming. We lived in an alley, so So our backyards faced the alley, so we would just go jump their fence because we knew they're at work every day after school. We would go swimming in their pool. By the way, that's pretty common, by the way. People have been doing that. Kids, I don't know if they do it anymore today, but kids have been doing that for decades. I think my dad and his siblings used to sneak into the neighbor's pool back in the day when they were in school because it was hot. And, if you didn't have a pool, you wanted to cool off. So, yeah, that's kids have been doing that for a while. But that's funny. RD425. Now they got cameras, right? Now you can't do that anymore because people have cameras in their backyard. RD4 7 to 7. It's Romeo outside 94.1. At 94.1, the Rhythm of the Valley. It's Romeo, RD4254 7 to 7. What did Roland send me here? Roland said, Big R. As kids, we used to walk to the park, jump the fence, and go swimming after hours. Yeah, we did that too. We did that at the school. We would go to the high school because the high school had a swimming pool. We would jump the fence too and do that after hours at high school. But now you get caught now, right? It's not that easy anymore. I didn't know the park. How did they monitor the park? The cops watched the park. We didn't have when I was a kid, we didn't have a pool at the park. We didn't have a park with a pool in it. We had the community center and the high school had pools. So, yeah, we did that too. All right, 84254 7 to 7. It's Romeo outside 94.1. 594.1, the Rhythm of the Valley. It's Romeo. Good morning, huh? What's going on?
Good morning.
Hey, what's going on? You called 29. Congratulations. What's your name?
Jackie.
All right, Jackie, going to get you tickets to Magic Mountain, DC's Heroes and Villains Fest, okay?
Sounds good. Thank you so much.
All right, so we do have more of those tickets. DC Heroes and Villains Fest going on at Magic Mountain. We got more of those tickets all week long, plus movie passes as well to Reading Cinema. It's Romeo, it's on 94.1. At 94.1, the Rhythm of the Valley. It's Romeo, RD4254 7 to 7. Yo, Rome. Did you check the heat today? It's going to be 104 out here. Everybody better stay hydrated. Keep drinking that water. Okay, yeah. Electrolytes and water. Yeah, it's going to be 104 today. Not bad. I mean, what was it last? It was hot over the weekend, right? I don't know. It was in the hundreds over the weekend. I don't know. I wasn't out over the weekend where I was in the heat. So, yeah, it was hot over the weekend. Although, I don't know. It's a good day to go play golf. Today's the best day to play golf if you don't mind the heat because nobody will go out there. Everybody likes to get that golf game in right now. Everybody's probably playing right now. I'll go out this afternoon when it's 100, 105, or 104, so get a quick round in while nobody's out there. But yeah, man, 104. Should be used to it. 104 ain't bad. When it's about 114 is when you need to worry. 104 is fine. RD4254 7 to 7, so there you go. Somebody texted me to tell you to remind all of you to stay hydrated out there. Stay hydrated. It's at 94.1. At 94.1, the Rhythm of the Valley. It's Romeo. So I got this. Hey, Rome, I want to ask you a question. Now, I have a 26-year-old stepson who still lives at home. Now, when I got together with his mother, he was 12 years old. So he's been like my kid for a long time. But I think it's time he gets it together. I want him to move out and start his own life. His mother doesn't think he should have to. So what do you think, Romeo? Do you think a 26-year-old boy should be on his own already? I don't know. 26? Times are tough in California, you know? Houses are expensive, you know, inflation. Yeah. I mean, that begs the question. I mean, at what age should you have it all together, right? At what age should you be out of the house? Now he's your stepson, so you can't kick him out, right? But I don't know. Did he go to college? What's he doing? Is he, has he got a job? I mean, what's going on? But still living at home at 26? I don't know. It just depends on what he's got going on for him. You're going to have to give me some more details. But I would say, let's say usually if you go to college, you usually get out of college, about 18, 22, 23, you graduate from college. And then you got to figure out your life. So you got to find a job. You got to get on your feet, Normally, you go home and stay with your parents for a little while, and then they get you going again, or maybe you get a job right away. But I don't know. He's 26. What age? What age should you have it all together? I don't know. He's I don't know. 26. Yeah, I don't know. It just depends. I guess I need more information. Does he got a job? Is he saving money? What's he trying to do? RD4254-7-7. What age do you think somebody should have it all together? 26 should be about the age you start figuring it out, right? It's Romeo outside 94.1. 94.1, the rhythm of the valley is Romeo. So a guy sent me an email, and he was a text message. He was talking about the fact that his 26-year-old stepson's still at the house. He thinks it's time for him to move out. And he didn't give us much more information than that, other than he doesn't know, what age should somebody have it together. That's a very fair question. Everybody together stages of their life, right? So I don't know. Now, obviously, he said his wife doesn't think the kid needs to move out yet. She's not pressuring him, but he thinks it's about time, which maybe it is, maybe it isn't. Does he have a job? We don't have the details of, does he have a job? What's he doing? What age should you have it together? What age should you be on your own? RD4254-7-7. But when I say on your own, also, I'm talking about not having roommates. Maybe, working towards buying a house. You know what I'm saying? Good morning, what's going on?
Romeo, I think that guy is just a hater, and age is just a number, Romeo.
Age is just a number.
Especially if he's a Raider fan, he has at least till he's 40 years old to get on his feet. We'll tell that guy to kick back.
To get out of mom's house? All right.
Yeah. Don't quit pressuring him.
Yeah. Yeah, what's going on?
Hey, what's up, Rome?
Hey, what up, Ruben?
Hey, Rome, at 26, I am. I got my girls back. I help them, whatever. I don't charge them rent. I do whatever I do to help them so they can be successful. So at what age also is, are we not, as parents, helping our kids? Because at 26, if you guided your kid after high school, he should be ready to be successful doing something.
At 26?
At 26, you didn't guide your kid to do college, do something he likes, find a job, something he really likes to do. At 26?
Yeah, I don't know. That's the question.
Because you can't just also blame the kid. If the parent's not guiding and pushing the kid, a lot of them kids are just going to take it for granted.
Okay.
But if you got to show them, and that's why when are we going to take responsibility and say, hey, well, I didn't teach my kid to get up in the morning when they're 18 to go look for a job or do so. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Okay.
Are they one of those parents that kind of enabled them because they were charging them rent and the kid is still stuck at home because he can't save no money to get his own place?
Those are all questions that we haven't had the answer to.
That's what I'm saying, Ron. We don't know it all, so we don't know if this kid has a job or he just sits at home all day.
Fair enough.
Video games, he got to give us some more info.
All right, Ruben. All right, man.
All right, Ron.
Later, Ruben.
Later, bro.
Yeah, I don't know. At what age should you have it all together? Is 26? At 26? Should this kid be out of the house already? Already 4254-7-7. It's out of 4.1. Out of 4.1, the rhythm of the valley. It's Romeo. Yeah. So a guy he texted me. He was talking about he's got a 26-year-old stepson. Now I guess they've been together for a long time, so I guess it's kind of like his kid, right? But he thinks it's time for him to move out, to be on his own. Apparently, the mom not so much. Which I don't know. When should somebody have it together? Already 4254-7-7. At what age? And is the age different for girls and guys? I don't know. 26 years old, if he's got a job, it just depends on what he's doing, right? Hey, Rome, the guy should be loud with his mom in the bedroom, and eventually the son will leave soon. There was a statistic or something that said if you want to get your adult children out of the house, start walking around naked. Apparently, that's one of the best ways or the easiest ways to get them out of the house. All right. Yeah, I don't know. What age should somebody have it together? 26? Is 26 too young? You asking too much? Already 4254-7-7. Hey, Romeo. You talked about having roommates. I'm dating a guy. He's 33 years old, and he has 2 roommates. Do you think he should be living on his own? I do. At 33, you should probably be on your own. Yeah, you shouldn't have any roommates anymore. What does that say about you? If you still have roommates at 33, what does that say about you? Already 42547 I don't know. What do you guys think? What age should you have it all together? Or is there an age limit? Does it matter? All right, Hot 94.1. Hot 94.1, the rhythm of the valley. It's Romeo. So a guy texted me, right? And he said that 26-year-old stepson, he thinks it's time for him to move out. Obviously, the mom doesn't. But he's trying to figure out if he's overreacting. He's trying to figure out what's going on. Well, 26, should you have it all together? I don't know. Depends on what he's doing, I guess. Really depends on, is he got a job? Is he saving money? Is he just not doing anything? I mean, what's the situation? But age, is that what you look at when it comes to, your kids leaving? What age should they leave? What age should they have it together? What age should somebody have it together? Already 42547 Good morning, now. What's going on?
Romeo, I've been in this gentleman's situation before, so I can give him some friendly stepfather advice.
Okay.
There's a few things he can do to help speed this process up of this boy getting out of the house. Number one, it's subtle. Just start taking your wife out to eat all the time, breakfast, and just starve him out. Don't feed him. Don't let her cook. Eventually, he'll get tired of it and leave. If that doesn't work, just go commando. Start chasing his mom around the house, and I guarantee you he's not going to want to see that. He will get his ass out of the house. Guaranteed to work. That's some Raider Dave advice that will work.
All right, Raider Dave.
All right, pass it on.
All right. 8425477 hey, Rome, our daughter moved out at 19 and she's doing fine. She's going to be 21 this year. Well, yeah, I mean, what is there an age limit, right? I mean, I don't know. 26 years old. Does he have a job? Is he saving money? What's he trying to do with his life? Does he have a plan? I mean, yeah, I don't know. Some people think that once their kids turn 18, they're out of the house. They're adults. They're on their own, whether they can afford it or not. You got to go, right? I don't think that's realistic. But is 26 too old for him to still be living at home? I mean, what if he doesn't have a job? What if he's not doing anything with his life because he's living at home? Does that, how do you feel about that? Does that change the dynamic of this guy wanting his kid out of the house at 26? Or does it, what do you do? Already 42547 and then Ruben was kind of right. He made a good point. At what point do you have to take responsibility for your kid not being prepared and not being out of the house? At some point, it's your fault, mom and dad. You didn't get him ready, right? Already 42547. It's Romeo. It's Hot 94.1. Hot 94.1, the rhythm of the valley. It's Romeo. Good morning. Now, what's going on?
Rome is Arnold.
What up, man?
So, you know the situation. He's kind of close to home right here. So, my two oldest boys, both in the military. One's in the Navy, and the last one just took off to the Air Force earlier this year. So, in order for that to happen, it took me and my wife to be on the same page. Like, one can't be going left, and the other can't be going right, or you're gonna be stuck in this situation to where it's going to be a revolving thing to where it's never going to turn out the way you both want it to turn out. So it came to a point to where it's like, hey, we're going to give him this much time after college to find something. If you don't find something, then we got to push this on them. And that's usually what has to happen if they don't do it on their own. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I know exactly what you're saying. But
again, you both have to be on the same page from the jump. To have a kid 26 at home, now does he have a job or does he have a career? Because obviously there's a difference between the two.
Yeah. Most people who have careers probably don't want to live at home, but okay.
Yeah.
A difference.
And if you just have a job, that just means you're just going through the motions just to appease somebody.
Well, yeah. But also he's a step kid. It's her child, not his. So that changes dynamic.
I was in the same situation, and we agreed on the same thing. So again, like I said, they hit close to home,
but it took a while.
It did. Oh, it definitely did. But it took for us to end up on the same page.
But at some point, mom has to think about her husband and not her kid. And at what age is that point?
Yes, and the same thing with dads with daughters.
Yeah.
Because now I got my 2 girls living in the house, but my oldest girl, she's still in college.
Yeah.
Can't kick her out for that, and then we got baby girl still in high school.
Yeah.
So that's a no discussion right there. So you see what I'm saying? There's rules to this, and you got to be on the same page in the beginning. If not, you're gonna have a 40-year-old kid still living at home.
Exactly. All right, man.
All right, dude.
Later, brother. See, but the problem comes when it's stepkids, right? Because normally, you know, a lot of times, I shouldn't say normally, but we could talk about you guys raising, you moms and dads with stepkids. Normally, the biological parent says what happens with the stepchild. With their child, and the step parent, the non-biological parent, usually has to accept that. So when it comes to the point, at a certain point, you have to start thinking about your marriage, right? Because stepchildren will break up a marriage, not because they want to, not because they're trying to, but because there's just like Arnold just said, you're not on the same page. The biological parent wants something, the step parent wants something else, and at some point, he's right. But how do you get there, and how long does it take? At a certain point, the biological parent has to make a decision and go, you know what? My husband or my wife needs to be more important than this child, right? Or am I wrong about that? It's Romeo. It's Hot 94.1. Hot 94.1, the rhythm of the valley. It's Romeo. Good morning, Hot. What's going on?
Hey, so I was calling about the stepson.
Yeah, what up?
Yeah, so I think that the stepson, basically, it shouldn't matter whether it's a stepson or not. I think that if he took on that woman with a child, then he should be entitled to. He should basically treat it like his own son.
Okay, so that's okay, but unfortunately, that's not how it works for some people. I don't disagree with you. I'm not saying that you're wrong at all, man, but a lot of people don't feel that way, and maybe they don't mean to feel that way, but a lot of people will treat their kids better than their stepkids. And I'm not saying they're treating them badly. I'm just saying there might be a difference of opinion on how long a stepchild could live with you versus a biological child.
Yeah, but I don't think that men should get into a relationship with a woman with a child if they're going to be treating them any different.
Yeah, well, women do the same thing. They get in a relationship with men and they treat their stepchildren. It goes both ways. I don't disagree with you.
I agree. It just either way, if you're not going to treat that child like it's your own, then don't even just go somewhere else,
Okay, that's fair. All right, man. I appreciate it. Thanks for calling, brother.
All right.
Later, man. He's not wrong, but how many of you have been in a situation with stepchildren? And, there are a lot of people that split up over stepkids. Not because the kid was wrong, but because the mother or the father was wrong. The biological mom and dad were wrong. And when the stepdad or the stepmom stepped up and tried to do something and the biological parent didn't like it. So you're going to kick a step. At a certain age, do you believe your kids should be out of your house? Okay? Right? You would hope that at a certain age, all your kids are successfully accomplishing something and not living with you, right? So, now this guy has a problem because it's his stepson. Now, he's not trying to kick his stepson out, but at 26, you need to figure it out, right? Mom doesn't care. The biological mother does not care how long he stays. Certain point, you're going to lose your husband. And I don't necessarily know that there's anything wrong with that. I don't think, I wouldn't blame the stepdad for leaving. Because at a certain point, you would hope that you've raised your kids, they're all out of the house, and then you can just enjoy the rest of your life with your wife or husband, right? Your spouse. RD 42547-7. It's Hot 94.1. Hot 94.1, the rhythm of the valley. It's Romeo. Good morning. What's going on?
Hey, I was calling about the stepkid thing.
Well, yeah. Okay. What up?
Okay, I was the stepkid that almost broke up my parents. I was resentful because I was young and I wanted to be with my mom, and she wasn't my mom. And yeah, and then also I was gonna say, even regular couples get like split up over parenting styles.
Oh, absolutely. I totally agree.
Yeah.
With you. I was going to get to that next. When you said,
you got
wait,
it.
so you tried?
know.
Wait, hold on. You tried to act?
No,
are you just?
so like? I was just a bad kid, like really bad, and I'm surprised she stuck around, but she's still around, and she's more my mom than my real mom. So honestly, I love her to death. Like she sucked that shit out. And then I had two twin brothers that are younger than me.
Yeah.
And oh God, we're a year apart, so it was like triplets.
Wow.
We were bad kids.
Dang,
Like,
she got you. She won you over.
she sure did. She sure did. I love her to death.
That's incredible. That's awesome. Hey, thanks for calling. Bye.
All right. Have a good day.
You too. Well, yeah. 842-547-7. Now, when it comes to that, she's right. I mean, there are stepkids out there. Like, I'm sure she wasn't actively trying to disrupt her marriage, or her dad's marriage, but she just wasn't giving her stepmom a chance. And it sounds like once her stepmom got in, she got in. So, but I do want to speak on what she said. The other part was, there are parents out there also that have, biological kids together and have different ideas of how to raise them, right? But then when it comes to moving out, you also have different ideas of who's moving out, okay? Some of you guys want your sons out sooner than you want your daughters. Some of you moms want your sons home and don't care as much about your daughters. It's just some of you guys, even biological parents, will disagree on what age a kid should move out. Now, I'm going to tell you this. And let me ask you this question. Should spouses, and whether it be biological spouses or a step parent involved, at what point do you make the decision that, hey, our kids need to go so that we can spend the rest of our lives together? Your kids are always going to be there, but inside the house changes the dynamic of your marriage. I don't care if they're adults or not. It changes the dynamic of your marriage, okay? Now, obviously, you have kids. You should spend whatever age, a kid, what age should a kid move out of the house? Probably 25, 26? At least at that point, they should be out, trying to make it on their own or making it on their own. So, you understand from when your kid needs you and lives with you, you did it. But at a certain age, you're trying to get back to your marriage, right? Or maybe not. Maybe I'm completely wrong about that. But I don't think it's unreasonable when couples dispute or have a disagreement on an adult child living with them and going, you know what? It's about time for him or her to go. And the other parent doesn't want it. So, marriages end that way. It's Romeo. It's Hot 94.1. Hot 94.1, the rhythm of the valley. It's Romeo. All right, let me get to these text messages real quick. Hey, Rome. I was out by 18. We all were, because they began showing us responsibility at a younger age, so we'd be ready by the time we graduated high school. But they always kept their home open to us if we ever needed it. Well, that's good. I mean, people used to want to be out by 18. I mean, when I was growing up, I wanted to be out of the house by high school. We wanted to move out. We wanted our own place. I mean, things have changed to an extent. It's a little bit tougher, I think, financially, but I don't think it's much different. Yes, get out. So far, 26 has been the magic number. But that's when they both finished college. Yeah, I think 26 is a good time. That was Big Boy who sent me that. I think 26 is about the right age where your kid should be out of the house, okay? RD42547 Rome, I have a cousin. He's 34, no kids, and still lives with my aunt and uncle. See? I mean, so what is he doing with his life? At some point, shouldn't you have some pride in your life and what you're doing or accomplishing or I don't know. Hey, Rome, I will tell you what made my son move out at 27. My wife, when I was having quality time, we made sure he heard us. He moved out 2 weeks later. Well, there is a study that says if you want your adult children to move out of your house, you should walk around naked. I saw that years ago. Yes, Rome, my ex is a teenager, and so do I. She wasn't parenting him when it came to punishments, but spoiled him all the time. Almost made it seem like he would be rewarded for messing up. We were having conversations about moving in, and I had to stop it from happening. If her son could disrespect her home, and she is the biological parent, it's a matter of time until he does it to my home. I tried to help her parent, but it didn't work. So our relationship ended, not because of the kid, but because of weak parenting. Exactly. I don't think most kids are messing up most stepkids are not messing up the marriages on purpose. It's just weak parenting by the biological parent. It's Hot 94.1. Hot 94.1, the rhythm of the valley. It's Romeo. So a guy texted me, right? And he said that 26-year-old stepson, he thinks it's time for him to move out. Obviously, the mom doesn't, but he's trying to figure out if he's overreacting. He's trying to figure out what's going on. Well, 26, should you have it all together? I don't know. Depends on what he's doing, I guess. Really, depends on, has he got a job? Is he saving money? Is he just not doing anything? I mean, what's the situation? But age, is that what you look at when it comes to, your kids leaving? What age should they leave? What age should they have it together? What age should somebody have it together? RD42547. Good morning, now. What's going on?
Hey, good morning, Romeo.
Hey, what's up?
So I think different strokes. It's about personal belief, and but in their situation, she's got to put some respect on the marriage and listen to her husband, because I think when you're married, your husband's opinion should carry more weight than your adult son.
Okay.
And if he's having a problem with, the stepson, the non-biological son still hanging around at 26, then she should respect that. So.
Okay. All right. I like your thought process. At a certain point, your kids, you should have a little more respect for your spouse than you do your kids, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
I think I agree with that, because at some point, okay. All right. Thanks for calling. Appreciate it.
All right.
Bye. I mean, that makes sense, right? At a certain point, your kids should be old enough to start their own lives, and then you're still there with your spouse, so you guys should be able to have your life as well, right? You should be able to just focus on each other. RD42547. Romeo, seriously, 26 years old, and he doesn't have his stuff together? What the heck is happening to our men these days? My daughter is 20. My daughter, my little girl, she has 2 jobs, works her butt off, and goes to school. Has her own car, has her own apartment. What is wrong with these? Guys today? Fair enough. I don't know. RD42547. It's Romeo. It's Hot 94.1. Hot 94.1. The rhythm of the valley is Romeo. Good morning. What's going on?
First of all, you can't make comments like that if you don't have any sons, because it's totally different,
Okay.
And number 2, what the hell does successful mean? I've never heard that word before. What's successful? Oh, is he trying to say successful? I don't know what successful means. I go, maybe that's a barbecue metaphor that he's using or something.
Jeez.
Later, bro.
Later. Yeah, what's going on?
Hey, Romeo, it's your video game buddy.
What up, man?
Hey, you people need to stop talking down on video games. I bought my first house at 22 playing video games, so this fool better have his stuff together at 26. I don't know what it is.
It's funny. I'm glad you called, because you're right. you see these kids today at 20, 19, 20 doing these social media posts like you do, things like that, and making real money. So you ought to believe at 26 you might be falling behind in today's society.
It's just like with anything. You especially with video games, but I mean in general, Romeo, like at 26, like your dating pool is going down, job pool is going down, everything. You gotta have it together. And like you said, now there's so many tools. You know what it comes down to? It comes down to a lack of motivation, Romeo. That's all it is. Because whether he was playing video games or washing cars, if he'd been doing it for 5 years by now, he would have had an established business and he'd be doing it.
All right, man. Thanks for calling.
All right, Romeo.
All right, later, brother. Yeah, for those of you that don't know, this guy, he lives in Bakersfield. He plays video games for a living. And apparently he's pretty good at it. Just like we got some YouTubers. I found out the other day we got some big YouTubers in Bakersfield too. So, RD4254-770. Back to the girl who's baby daddy's 33 and still lives at home. She says, I was 16. My kids are big and haven't been together in over 10 years. Don't do me like that, Romeo. Okay, I'm just saying, if you were 16, you're dumb enough to date a guy who still lives at home, okay? Romeo, it's Hot 94.1. Hot 94.1, the rhythm. Romeo got a text message about a guy says his stepson, 26 years old, needs to be out the house by now. What age? You got to be out doing it yourself. Good morning, Hot. What's going on?
Hi, Romeo. Good morning.
Good morning. What's up?
So I think that it all depends on a child and the way that, you see the potential in their child.
Okay.
I was 29 and then I got married at 30, but I lived at home that entire time.
Okay.
And my husband was the same way. He was 31. That's when he moved out. And it was because he was saving money because he wanted to get a home. And I think that nowadays it's so hard for us to, for kids to purchase a home in the future that's why my parents didn't really charge us rent.
So let me tell you this, though, and I understand where you're going for this, but my dad told me this when I moved out of my house, when I moved out of his house. The first thing he said is, you kids want everything that we got without actually working for it. Take your ass out there, and I wasn't thrown out in the street. I wanted to move out, but you need to go out there and live poor. Learn how to survive. Learn how to make it and appreciate what you work hard for to get. Remember, you know what was funny? Is back in the day, we used to make fun of all the rich kids, all the spoiled little entitled jackasses. We never liked them. Nowadays, every single kid feels entitled and that they deserve everything the minute they step out on their own.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why I say I understand what you're talking about. You want to save up to buy a home, but save up to buy a home in the real world. Your husband should have saved up to buy a home in the real world while he was trying to make it in the real world, not at home with mom and dad.
Hey, you know what? As we get, how do they say it? If you don't hustle, you ain't gonna get nowhere. And so I didn't care where, as long as he had us a house. You had to live with mom and dad. That's why I always said, if you had kids, I always said this, if you have kids and you're living at your mom and dad, okay, that's a different story.
So you went from your mom and dad's house to you and your husband's house?
Yeah, we had purchased our own home.
Okay.
But I always said, if I don't have kids, why am I going to get with someone that has kids?
Okay. I agree with that.
So when I saw he was, with no kids, but he's living and he's working hard and he's doing what he got to do, then I was like, okay, it's worth it. But if he had kids, it'd be a different story.
So when you started dating your husband, how old were you?
I was 20.
And you both still lived at home?
Yes.
Okay. How did you meet?
Through friends.
Okay.
Through friends, yeah. I was going to college, and my dad always said, take advantage of me the right way, not the wrong way.
You guys were made for each other. Both. You're a mama's boy. You're a daddy's girl, and he's a mama's boy.
That's true. Have a good day, Romeo.
You too. Bye. Hot 94.1, the rhythm of the valley. It's Romeo. Already 42547. Hey, Rome. My son is not the problem. My mom lost her house about a year ago, so she's been staying with us. How do I get her to move out? Well, that's kind of a tough one, huh? Yeah, how do you get your mom to move out? You guys are crazy to let your parents move in. To move into the house, the main house. You might get them a mother-in-law quarters. I would never let my parents move in with me. I mean, I would have a house with a mother-in-law's quarters, but I would never let them live in the house with me. You never get rid of them. Already 42547. I have no idea how you get rid of your mom. Walk around naked. See if that helps. All right, 842-547-7. Good morning, Rome. I'm happy that you are talking about this topic. I just got off work and I heard your convo on the air. It's crazy because I'm going through the same situation with my wife for 15 years now. She had 2 kids by me and 3 with her ex. Anyway, I've been around since they were high school. Since they all finished, all 3 boys have been disrespectful to me. Trust me, Rome. It hurts me to this day how I get treated by those 3 boys. And your wife of 15 years doesn't never stood up for you? I mean, yeah, I've been around since they were in high school. Yeah, I mean, it's just, at some point, I get it. I get you love your spouse, but at some point, you gotta, how could you live like that? I mean, let me ask you this question for the guy that just said that. You married a woman with 3 boys, which you know what you're getting into, okay? So first off, here's my question, I guess, when it comes to marrying somebody who already has kids. Should you know before you marry him or her how the kids are going to behave with you? And that should be a reason not to marry them? Like, do you know what you're walking into? For this guy, he says the 3 boys never treated him with any respect or gave him any respect. Did you know you were walking into that? Or were you too blinded by your wife? I don't know. See what the question? That's the question. You know, you look at all of these red flags when you're dating. Maybe marrying a single parent is a red flag for you. Maybe not. I don't know. It's something you got to look into. Already 42547. So, is it your fault for marrying this woman who had 3 kids or 3 boys? You just got to kind of accept it, or, I mean, should you walk away? It's Romeo. It's Hot 94.1. Hot 94.1, the rhythm of the valley. It's Romeo, already 42547. This guy texted a little bit ago talking about he got with his wife. They've been married 15 years now. Well, she had 3 boys when they got married. I guess they were in what did they say? They've been around, let's see. We have 2 kids with her ex. Anyway, I've been around since they were in high school. Since they all finished, all 3 boys been disrespectful to me. Trust me, Rome, it hurts in this day. Yeah, what do you do? Already 42547. Hey, Rome, for the guy that just texted, people need to know that when you marry somebody with kids, you're the adult, so you're the one that has to accept what happens. You can't blame the kids nor your spouse. You chose that scenario, so deal with it. Yeah, I don't know about that. You may not be able to blame the kids, but you can blame the spouse for not being on your side, right? Choosing the kids over you, right? Choosing her biological kids over you. That's not fair. Yeah, I don't know if I agree with that scenario. I don't know. You might be, I don't know. I understand you chose it, but do you have to accept it? I don't know. Throw me outside 94.1. Hot 94.1, the rhythm of the valley. It's Romeo, RD 42547. So here's my question for you. Whether you are a step parent or a biological parent, okay? We've always said your children should come first, right? Is there a point, though, where your marriage should come first? Obviously, if you got a child that can't take care of themselves or support themselves in whatever capacity because they're younger, because you're raising them, and then at 18, 19, 20, 21, when they become adults, it might take them a couple of years to figure it out. So let's say 25, 26, they should be out there doing their thing, right? Able to be self-sufficient. So, but my question is, we've always said that kids come first. You're the parents. You chose to have these children. And I'm not saying neglect them after they become adults. What I'm saying is there a point after your kids reach a certain age when your spouse should come first, right? Because before children, usually your spouse will come first. Your marriage will come first. Is there a point when, after your kids are grown at a certain age, where your marriage should come first? Whether you're the stepfather, the stepmother, or the biological mother or father. RD4254777. Hey, Rome. So I was previously married and had 3 kids, ages 10, 8, and 5. I started dating a guy with no kids, and my kids love him. We actually just had a baby together. But if you ask him, he says he has 4 kids. Yeah, there's a lot of people out there that will step up like that. But here's what I'm going to tell you that just sent me this. I'm going to bet that, and I'm just guessing, that you're on the same page with him. You guys want to parent all 4 of the kids, biological or step, the same way, that you guys are on the same page. It's on 94.1. Hot 94.1, the Rhythm of the Valley. It's Romeo. Oh, wait, what? Wait, what did he say? This is the guy who said 3 kids. Oh, no, wait. Hey, Rome, I was previously married and had, this is the person who I just told you about. They have 4 kids together. Rome, just heard that he's been around since they were in high school. They're old enough to know manners, and mom doesn't have to choose the boyfriend over the kids, because I would never. But she should have at least told her teenage kids, hey, that's disrespectful. Hey, that's not nice. At the end of the day, kids would move out, and then it would just be husband and wife, but sounds like they're still bullying him. Exactly. That's what it sounds like. That's what the guy said. He's been around, he's been married to a woman for 15 years, and she had 3 boys who were in high school when they got together, and they're very disrespectful to him, even after 15 years. So at some point, kids are wrong. At some point, they're, like this guy says, kids are old enough to have respect the fact that their mother is being taken care of. Now, if he's taking care of them, of her and the other kids, then you should at least have enough respect for the man to know that he's doing right by your mother, and probably right by you 3 boys while you were in high school. But but about it. If some guy or woman, man or whoever, the step parent comes in and does right by your mom or dad and does right by you, but you're just a bitter jackass, because kids can be bitter jackasses and they know that, then that's on the kids. And you have to step back and go, you know what? And I know you said don't choose your spouse over your kids, but at some point you have to. At some point you have to, if they're not on board with your life, right? Especially if you're not being done dirty. Romeo, it's Hot 84.1. 2.1, the Rhythm of the Valley. It's Romeo, RD4254777. We're talking about kids not moving out, right? Somebody said his stepson, 26 years old, he thinks it's time to move out, but his wife, his biological mother, doesn't care how long he stays. What do you do? Also, when it comes to step parents, if you're not on the same parenting, on the same mindset when it comes to parenting, you can have a lot of problems. Rome, it's one thing to be there for your child and another to teach them that it's okay to be disrespectful, especially towards someone who's providing for them. Exactly. So, and that's what we were talking about that too. Some guy said he's married a woman, been married to her 15 years. She had 3 boys, and they're all disrespectful to him, which, Yeah, well, how can you be disrespectful to somebody that's trying to provide for you and take care of you? That's on her at this point, not on the children. That's on the mother not, checking them. If that's your husband, you need to be checking your kids and going, this man's taking care of us. You guys need to start showing a little respect or, and then it comes down, it's real easy when we talk about stepkids to have a conversation and everybody knows that sometimes the biological parent usually allows the stepchild or the biological child to get away with more. And when the step parent tries to step in, it causes conflicts in the marriage. That's easy to have those conversations. And I say this all the time. At what point, or I'm saying it right now, at what point should you choose your marriage over your kids? At what age? Now, even biological parents, at what point as biological parents of your children do you choose your marriage over your children? At what point? Or do you never choose your marriage? You hope that all your kids grow up, become responsible human beings, an active part of society, and are able to take care of themselves and live their lives, right? And then now you're just sitting there staring at your spouse. I had a buddy of mine tell me once, it was so funny, we're sitting at breakfast, and he said, we were talking about his oldest kid. His oldest kid's out. This was a few years ago, heading to college. He goes, man, I hope me and my wife still like each other. Because at some point, you should just be staring at your husband or your wife or your spouse, whoever that may be. And at some point, shouldn't you be choosing your marriage over your kids? Your kids should be grown on their own, taking care of themselves, right? And when they're not, marriages have problems. RD42547 It's Romeo. It's Hot 84.1. Hot 84.1, the rhythm of the valley. It's Romeo. RD42547 Hey, Rome. My mom always taught me and my siblings that your spouse, not your boyfriend or girlfriend, but your husband or wife, always comes before your kids to a certain extent. Okay. Reason being, when your kids are grown and they go to do their own thing, it's only you and your spouse that left together. Parents been together for over 15 years and still going strong to this day. Well, yeah, I mean, I think if you're going to timeline it, you could say that when you become parents, your kids should come first from the day they're born, probably until what? 22, 24? Because still you got to take care of them. They should come first through college. I mean, when you say certain extent, I'm guessing not what your mom meant, right? That's what your mom meant. I mean, your kids have to come first probably until 18, 25, somewhere between if they go to college, when they get out of college, because they're still trying to figure it out. But after that, probably after 20-something, your marriage should come first. I'm not saying to neglect your kids. I'm not saying you don't do anything for them. What I'm saying is your priority should be your marriage. 99% of the time when you have children, there is a gap of 0 to 18 in your marriage where those kids come first and one of you gets neglected to an extent or a lot, and your marriage is just not there. So then a lot of people have to figure out if they still like each other after their kids are grown. And for some of you, it's longer because you might have kids, you might have multiple children, and depending on when you have them, it could last a lot longer. So it makes it a lot tougher for you to stay into your marriage. That's real. RD42547 Hey, Rome. They got to be in their 30 by now. At this point, kid gloves come off and put them in line, put them out. Time for them to go night. You see baby boy in Melvin and Jody, your mom can't save you now. That wasn't funny. I just watched Baby Boy over the weekend. That's hilarious that you said that. Well, yeah, it's just unfortunate that guy has to go through that, especially if he was a good step parent and a good provider to his wife, whatever that consists of. RD42547. But I think a lot of you moms and dads understand that your kids should come first at some point. But then at some point, it's just you and your spouse again. And some of you guys don't even know each other anymore. You wonder why some of these people cheat. I mean, I know it's unfortunate and it's sad to say this about all the infidelity that goes on because a wife and a mother is providing for her children, taking care of her children, and neglecting her husband. And, you know, a lot of guys will, you know, they're like kids. If they don't have the attention, someone will give them the attention. Now, I'm not saying that's right by any means. I think if that's what's happening, I think you as a husband and a father should just accept the fact that you're going to play second best to these children. But at some point, once the children are old enough, you shouldn't be playing second best anymore, right? It's oddity 4.1.